when I say conditional formatting highlight duplicates, so all should be highlighted.
Got it. And
So
what about unique? So
yeah,
for unique, do we
correct.
have to give any number or
No, 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 no. Was your question regarding unique?
no? How does it differentiate that this is unique so that it does by different value or different text?
Yeah, text plus values. Like if you are applying that conditional formatting on text, then obviously the unique texts only get highlighted. So the same way how it is highlighting for the numbers. If the 10 is repeating multiple time, then obviously this is not a duplicate, right? So wherever
Yeah.
we have a single like 50 is only appearing once in this particular range, that is the reason that is unique, and that's
It was all text, right?
correct.
And there
Yeah.
are different text in all the
Mm-hmm.
different cells. Like every cell
Correct.
has a different text.
Okay.
Then how is it going to identify the unique?
Yeah, yeah, same way. For example, if I tell here Rajkumar, Rathod, Meena, Chandra, Nilesh, Mangesh, Dinesh, like this. So if
Yeah.
I select this and if I tell this to highlight duplicates or unique,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
all are unique right now. So all will get highlighted, right? Because all are unique.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So if I click
Mm.
OK, all are getting highlighted. If I say like there are 20 students in a class, and I want to see how many like students got the percentage, like top 10 or maybe top 3 student I want to highlight, or maybe top scorer or top percentage whatever they have achieved. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so in that case, for example, as I said, 20 students, and there are like 5 students who got the 90, 90, 90, and then 98, then 80. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so when I see, and all others are like 6, 7 to till 20, those are below 80. So now when I say top 3 items from this particular range to be highlighted. Top 3 items mean top three scorer. So
Mm-hmm.
when I say items, in that case you have to remember individual. All are individual. Like all students are individual, right? So one student is one item here. So when I see three students get the same number of percentage or marks,
Mm-hmm.
then it should not consider as a one. Correct. So these are three different student, right? These are three items, three
Yeah.
different items.
Yeah.
Correct. So that is the reason these three will get highlighted, and it would consider as a three item. So when I see three item to be highlighted, then I got three item in the first in the same percentage only or same marks. Then the micro or Excel would not go to any other number because we have already the macro or the excel got the highest three items in this particular range. So despite of sometime what happens, we can consider these three are on the same page or maybe same score, so we can consider this is the one entity, but that is not happens in excel, or maybe that logically is not correct, because every individual students are different, and that is the reason when I was talking about three different students, I mean those are three different items. So that is the reason when I highlight top scorer from this range, top
Mm-hmm.
three items, and I'm getting three score which are highest in this range, and those
Yeah.
are on the same score. And then
Yeah.
only these three items get highlighted. For example, if I select this and I say home and the conditional formatting, top 10 items. So by default it is taking 10, but you can customize this as you required, like 3. Okay,
Right. Yeah.
and I click OK. So you can see only these three items got highlighted. So the
Okay.
Excel did not consider this as a one because
Mhm.
these are the individual, all individuals
And
students.
now, once again,
Hmm.
Rajkumar, now supposedly
Hmm.
you have three 90s here, right? Now, if
Correct.
there were like two 90s and one is 89, like
Correct.
suppose third value is 89,
Correct. Yeah. In that
then
case,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. If I say, like, for example, this is 10. So you see,
no, no,
these are.
no, no,
Mhm.
not that. Now, suppose that number is 89, like there are two 89s.
Okay, 289. Correct.
Yeah, then
So,
how is it like top three will be?
yeah, correct.
Oh, okay. So it will select
Yeah,
all four. Okay.
correct. Yeah.
Oh,
Because these are all individuals. That is the reason it is getting selected all.
oh, okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the logic for the items. But when I talk about percentage, so it doesn't matter the items. It doesn't matter the individual
Mm-hmm.
as a whole. So it can consider if it is 90, then it is considering only one item, one entity for that particular matter. When I
Okay.
see 89, so it takes as a one entity. So
Okay.
yeah, so in that case, if I go ahead and paste as a value, and when I say, so here catch, so this is for items. Okay, so this particular range is for item, and this is for percentage. And percentage have bit different calculation. So percentage. Okay. So percentage, what it does, so it counts the number of items in that particular range. If I want to apply the percentage to be highlighted, top 10 percentage or top 3 percentage or top 2 percentage. So what Excel does, Excel first calculates the count. It counts how many items in that particular range which I am going to select. So in this case, you can see there are 20 items, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Then how it works? So total items are 20. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I say 3% of the 20 to be highlighted, in that case, when I say 3%, so the Excel will calculate 20 out of 3 percentage. If I saying the total number of item is 20, means 20 is my 100% items,
Yeah.
correct? And out of 100%, I want to 3% to be highlighted. Means what is the 3% of 20? So I just calculate here 20 into this 3%. Then I can
Yeah.
get the round of 1,
Zero
right?
point 0.6. Yeah.
0.6 means it gets 1. For example, yeah, this is how. So
Mm-hmm.
one item would be get highlighted. If I say 6%, then obviously 2, uh, or maybe uh,
But Rajkumar,
20.
my question is, where do we use
Mhm.
this all this kind of conditioner
Yeah,
for
yeah,
highlighting? I mean,
correct. Yes, yes, yes,
in
correct.
daily when you work on Excel sheets.
Yeah, in that case, if you see, if you are part of MIS team, the Management
Uh-huh.
of Information System team, so there are so much you have to do with the conditional formatting. Where if you, giving an example where I was a part of MIS team and analytics team, where
Mm-hmm.
we were doing some analysis and we were giving the data to the management, depend on their score. For
Right.
example, if management want to like put on PIP, the people put on the PIP, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
individual development, or maybe anything they want to highlight. So what they were doing, they were taking the data from us, and depend on what that data was. So their performance data. So we were taking the performance data and we are putting conditional formatting to get highlighted who wanted to go to the PIP, or maybe the management want to keep them on the PIP role. So uh, depend on their efficiency, productivity, their accuracy, their you can say errors. So we can just go ahead and apply the conditional formatting who is hitting most errors in the team.
Okay.
So
Okay.
in that case, we can go ahead and apply this top three items. For example, if you consider these are the errors, okay, and all individual made these many errors. So when I highlight like top three items who hit the most errors, so I would easily see these are the three items, right? So I can give these employees name to the management. These are the three items, or maybe these are the individuals who had hit the number of errors, or maybe the most errors in the team or in that particular month, like that.
Okay, but to remove that, like which
Hmm.
people have done the errors, for that you
Hmm.
used a different formula and everything. Like that analysis was done differently,
Yeah, yeah, correct,
right? And then you put together a table or something where you
correct,
highlighted that these
correct,
people are
correct.
at fault. Okay.
Yes, yes, correct. So for that, when I talking about productivity, so there are to calculate productivity, we have a different formula. When I
Okay.
talking about accuracy, we have when we are calculating accuracy, we have a different formula to
Different
calculate
form.
accuracy. So we will go to those formulas, which are the
Later,
analytical
yeah, yeah. I
formulas.
just
Yeah,
wanted to confirm that
yeah, yeah.
no kind of analysis is done on
Mhm.
by this conditional highlighting, right?
No, no kind of
Conditional formatting,
only.
you can't do formatting, but this is used for presentation basically, mostly what you want to present your data in what way.
Yeah, yeah. So only correct as you said. Only what we are doing here, we are not doing any analysis. Only we are highlighting the exceptions, or you can say
Exceptions and all. Okay.
we are just taking some items, or taking some amount of some number of items, or maybe certain
Mm-hmm.
percentage of data, or certain percentage of people
Mm-hmm.
which are by default at their place, or maybe which are done very exceptionally well. So
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
only that is happening. Nothing, we are no calculation, no formula, nothing is
Nothing.
getting applied here. Correct.
Yeah, no analysis is done here. This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
mostly okay.
correct. Okay,
Got it.
so coming back to the percentage highlight. So
Mm-hmm.
here, as I said, so when we are talking about percentage highlight, top 10 percentage, or top three, or top five, whatever may be. So in
Mm-hmm.
that case, so firstly, the Excel would calculate the number of items in that particular range which we are going to apply. Like here in this case, we have 20 items. So 20 items means that is my 100% items. Okay. And out of 100% means out of 20, if I want to highlight 4, then my percentage would be 20. When I say 20% out of 100, that is become 4. Okay. So 20
Mm-hmm.
is my 100. And if I want to highlight 4 there, or maybe if I want to highlight 20% of 20 items, then that would be 4 items.
Okay.
Okay,
Got it. Mm-hmm.
so yeah, correct. And if I go ahead and apply the same
Mm-hmm.
here, so it should be 4 items should be get highlighted, 4 or 5, not exactly, but that is dependent on sometime one you can consider, or you can uh, like consider plus or minus one always, whatever percentage we are calculating here, or
Mm-hmm.
number item is getting here, you can consider it can be -1 or +1 always. Not accurate, but if we were getting accurate, then that is a good enough. But you can consider it can be ±1 here and there.
Okay.
Okay, so I have selected this, and went to the formatting, and when I say top 10 percentage, and here it is getting 10 automatically, but I would say 20. So, and I click OK. So currently these four are getting highlighted, because as I said, the top four
Mm-hmm.
That 4 item is getting highlighted out of 20 because 20% of 20 items is 4.
Yeah.
Okay. The same if I go to if I take a bigger amount or maybe bigger items here 134. So when I talking about 134, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
133 items are there. If you see you count 133, and 133 is my 100% count.
Mm-hmm.
133 is my 100%. And if I want to highlight 3% of 133 means 133 into 3 percentage. So I would have at least 3 or at most 4 items to be highlighted. Correct?
Okay.
3 or 4. So if I select this and when I say conditional formatting, top 10 percentage and just put a percentage would be 3 and click OK. And now I have to just filter with color. Uh, then I would get 3 items are got highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is how the conditional uh, and this is most probably the management level this kind of work can be done, and most probably the MIS team will does it because they work on lot of data related thing, and they wanted they have to like as per instruction of management they have to highlight the people, they have to give certain substantial amount of data where actually anybody's default or any defaulter or any exceptions depend on the requirement of management, and it
Mm-hmm.
is very effective tool to highlight without any calculation and without anything. This is only not for top, but same way you can highlight the bottom as well, so you can see here bottom 10 items and bottom 10 percentage.
Okay.
Yeah, so both options are available, top and bottom. And
Mm-hmm.
other than that, if you want to highlight above average, below average, so that also possible. So how this above average and below average calculates? When I'm selecting this particular range, for example, okay, so this I when I selecting this range, and if you
Mm-hmm.
see here average 100.41.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I say above average, then whatever is 100 greater than 100.41, those will get highlights. When I say below average,
Okay.
100.41, whatever number is below to the 100.41, those will get highlighted. For
Okay.
example, for example, if I say conditional formatting below average,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
below average is nothing but 100 below this number 100.41, whatever is below to this
Yeah.
number those would
Mm-hmm.
get highlighted. So next is data bar. Data bar is very interesting and very
Mm-hmm.
it is also used for the reporting purpose works percentage wise. So how it works percentage wise, for
Mm-hmm.
example, if I select this particular range, let
Mm-hmm.
me get it border. Okay, so I want to apply the data bars in this particular highlighted or bordered range. Okay,
Yeah.
so when I say this border range, I have to apply the data bars. So what it does, so it's when I add any number, because in this particular range there is no number right now.
Yeah.
So when I add first number, for example, when I add 10, so
Mm-hmm.
the Excel will consider this is the highest number, or maybe this is the greater number as compared to the other sales of this particular range. Correct?
Right. Yeah.
Because this is the highest and there is nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever the biggest number in this range, Excel will consider that number as 100%,
Okay.
and the 100% data bar will be occupied this particular cell.
Right.
data bars will be occupied. So for example, what in next scenario, if my number in the other cell, if I added 80, if I add 80,
Right.
then this will become 100%, and 10 will be the percentage of 80. So for example, what is the 10, what is the percentage of what is the percentage if I
0.8.
calculate? Yeah, so
0.8,
if
right? Mm.
correct, just select this 10 divided by the highest number, so I can say 13 percentage.
13%. Oh, yeah.
So in this case, 80 cell would be get occupied with the 100% data bars, and the 10 cells is only the data bar will be occupied till 13% of this cell.
Okay.
Okay, the same logic will go. If I add 100 here,
Uh,
then this would become 100%, and this would become 80%, and this would become 10%. Correct?
but you're manually doing it, right?
Yeah. I am just explaining you how the logic works in behind. So
Okay.
I before applying the
Before
actual
playing the
data bar. So now I will apply the data bars, so you can understand what we have explained right now. Okay.
Mhm.
So let me put this as it is, and let me delete this only. Okay. So now data bar has two types. Both
Mhm.
works in the same fashion. Two types of data bars. Okay, the first one is the gradient. Gradient means it start with the dark color and end with the blurred color,
Mhm.
or maybe end with the it become faint towards the end. Gradient,
Okay.
that is gradient
Yeah.
fill.
Okay.
And the second one is solid fill. Solid fill means it would not get blurred till the towards the end. It would remain the solid fill till the end.
Okay.
Yeah, these are the two types of data bars. So let me apply the first one, gradient fill. So I have selected this particular range wherever I have bordered, and I went ahead and conditional formatting, and I can see data bar. You can see gradient fill and the solid fill. So
Right.
whichever if you want to use, you can use depend on your
Mhm.
requirement. But
Mhm.
both works in the same fashion, same logic what we discussed.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, for example, if I want to apply this data bar, so I have applied this data bar now. And now when I say this is 10%, 10, I'm only adding 10 right now. So as per Excel calculation, this is the highest number in this range, and this is occupied with the 100% data bars. You can
Okay.
see. So
Mhm.
the data bar is occupied with full cell means 100% occupied.
Mhm.
So next, what I said, if I add 80 here, then this would be the highest number in this range, and this become 100%. And 10 is what percentage of 80? That percentage of cell will be get occupied with the data bar. You
Okay.
see, so this is 100%,
Mhm.
then this would be 13%. So
Mm.
13% this data bar is got occupied.
Okay.
And same if I say 100 here, then this would become 100 now, and this is 80%, this become 80, and this is become 10%. So
Yeah.
you can see, so this is
Mhm.
how this data bar get occupies depend on the numbers. And the same if I do here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So you see how these are
Mm.
getting occupied.
Right.
Okay,
Mm.
so that's how the data bar will work. And same if I apply here in the real time data, or maybe an example, team efficiency, team productivity, team quality, these are the three parameters I have. And if I want to calculate overall rating of team,
Mhm.
and these all are the teams.
Yeah.
Okay, and if I say I want to calculate the average, then what I would do, sum of these three divided by 3.
Hmm.
Okay, so I would get the average,
Yeah.
and this is 6.33, and I drag the same formula till the end. Okay, and
Yeah.
this is how I got the overall rating uh, of all the teams, and I can just
Hmm.
apply the data bars, and just I go ahead and apply the solid here.
Hmm.
Okay, so this
Hmm.
is how it is getting. Yeah, wherever we have the highest number, those are 100% occupied, and all
Hmm.
other as per their percentage.
Okay.
And
Got it.
once this is applied, so as per the number changes in next month, for example, this got changed to 8, so automatically it will performs, or maybe that cell will automatically occupy the data bars. For example, this
Okay.
would 8, this is 8, then this become 100%.
Okay.
And if I delete everything from here, then this data bar will go away. But when I add back the numbers, it would be getting applied. So
Hmm.
remember, the conditional formatting remains there only until and unless you do not delete manually from the conditional formatting option.
Okay.
And the other access related bar which I was talking about, so that is very simple. So if I copy this and paste here, and if I want to apply the data bars
Hmm.
in case of negative and positive, means this number is -5, this is -4, yeah, this is minus
Oh, like
6.
that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
some axis will change, right? So in that case, some dimension of data bar also need to change. Otherwise, if the number is in minus and the data bar is showing upward, so that doesn't make any sense.
Hmm.
So wherever the number is minus, so it should show the axis bar. If I say x axis bar, so whatever positive number should be go upside the data bar, and whatever negative amount it should show below that x-axis bar. So we can clearly see the what is in negative and what is in positive. Okay,
Hmm.
so here if I select this particular range, and if I go to the insert, so you can see here data bars. So when I say columns, and it is saying select the data range, and if I select the data range and click OK, so you can see these cells are the wherever I can see the -5, it is showing downwards. So these 8
Uh,
and 6 are showing upwards.
1 second, but how did it directly get the data bars?
Yeah, yeah. So this is actually you can say, for example, it is not getting directly. So I went to the insert tab,
Hmm.
and you can see here the sparkline, this option, and I selected the columns.
Yeah, but is this a part of data bar? Like whenever we select sparkline, suppose, then it will
Mhm.
always give result in the form of data bars.
No, there are three types of result, or you would get. If you go to the insert here, you can see the line,
Hmm.
you can see columns, and there is one more win and loss. So these are
Right.
the three ways, three different kind of bar, or you can say a type of visuals you would get when we apply the sparkline.
Okay, then, but then how, by you selected column, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
correct.
by selecting column, how did it give result directly in the form of data bars?
Yeah,
Bars here, but it is whenever you click on insert and on, what was that again?
sparkline. Yeah,
Sparkline.
yeah.
So that is that it gives by default a result in data bars.
Correct. Data bars or lines. For example, if I say line,
Then it
so
will
it,
give
it
line.
is telling me to select the data range which you want to create a line. So if I select this line, and click OK, then I would get that result in line.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, and
Mhm.
if I do Control D, then I would get the same result everywhere, wherever it is.